Hello? Oh!
Let's keep it close, bro. We gotta keep it moving.
I think we got a dead body here.
Cap over there. There's cap over there. There's a music box. Oh my god.
Tonight's next uneasy moment centers on Kayla, a van life creator who shares her honest, day-to-day experiences living on the road. On May 7th, 2025, she set out alone from Chicago to Houston, traveling with only her dog for company. After saying goodbye to her family, she began the long drive, dealing with the usual on-the-road tasks, small vehicle checks, quick store stops, and a streak of cold, dreary weather. By the time night settled in, the fatigue was obvious. Looking for a place to rest, she learned the nearest motel had no vacancies. With nowhere else available, she chose to quietly park in the motel's lot, hoping to avoid attention and get a few hours of sleep.
Made my way to the back, and I changed to something more comfortable. I had to put up the groceries because I bought Taco Bell. I know I didn't record it, but it was late and it was like right in my face. But I'm gonna put these up and make them tomorrow. Then move the dog out. Use the bathroom before I go to bed. Rocky. Hi, baby. Put these right here. I'm not sure if this is overnight. I am not getting a room for the night. So let's see if I can sleep here. I'm not sure if it's overnight. I don't know if I said that. Yeah. I don't think I could drive anymore. I'm just so tired and I just needed to rest my eyes. Go outside. Go. I think he's ready to go outside. Wait a minute. Come on. Come on. God, that was really loud. Hopefully I don't get noticed taking him out. It should be a quick one too. Ooh. But him doing that might get us caught. What are you doing? Ooh, that was really loud. Okay, paranoid. Sandwiches are still cold. Rocky, stop. Move. Move. Hopefully I don't get caught. Rocky. Being really loud. Let me put this here. Rocky. Shh. So let's go in the refrigerator. Oh, got that in one push. I'm enjoying me some Taco Bell. And I'm gonna cook tomorrow. Too hungry and I'm so sleepy. So this was honestly a last minute thing. I drove 7 hours straight. I'm exhausted. I think we have about 8 more. Oh, bless you. I think we have more. I think we have about 8 more hours left until I get back home, which is really decent. You need to be quiet.
Once in the space, she moved through her evening routine carefully. She changed into comfortable clothes, put away her groceries, and let her dog out briefly, doing everything as discreetly as possible. She kept her lighting minimal, reduced noise, and tried to avoid any noticeable movement. She knew that parking overnight without a reservation could draw unwanted eyes.
What? I'm gonna take a few more bites of this. And I'm gonna bring the dog back in because I don't want to get noticed. I don't want to be kicked out. Use the bathroom. Go. Go ahead, Rock. Oh, you just want my food. You ate already. Move. No. Nuh-uh. Oh. Oh, that was really, really loud. Oh my god. Sit, Rocky. Let me show you guys how I get into the bed. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm that short that I have to get in the bed. It's so uncomfortable. Oh gosh. I'm trying to keep the brightness down as low as possible so I don't get seen. But I'm gonna try to get some rest. I got a long day tomorrow. Get up early in the morning and continue to drive.
Despite being worn out from the full day of driving, she took a moment to eat, look over the area, and get ready for the night. Her plan was straightforward: sleep for a short while and continue the trip early the next morning. Eventually, she settled into bed and tried to relax. Outside, distant traffic and brief gusts of wind created a quiet, familiar backdrop. For a little while, it seemed like she might get some rest without interruption.
You guys, there's a knock on my door. Oh shoot, it's the middle of the night. Oh, hold on, the dog sees him too. Hold on, shh. Oh, move, Rocky, move. I can't even get up here because of the dog. Move, baby.
You got a room here?
Excuse me?
You got a room here?
I was actually about to get a room. I wasn't here that long. I had to use the bathroom.
All right. You have a room here and you got to leave.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I'm getting kicked out. And it's the middle of the night. Oh my god. I'm not even gonna crawl to the back at all. I literally just got kicked out. And I have to find somewhere else to sleep. Oh my god. I'm so tired. Hopefully I can find something. Another hotel.
But the calm didn't last. At some point during the night, a knock sounded against the side of her van. It began faintly, then grew strong enough to wake her. Her dog reacted instantly, confirming she wasn't imagining it. After composing herself, she looked outside and saw a man near her van. He claimed to be motel staff and told her she had to leave the premises. His delivery was blunt and lacking warmth. He offered no real explanation, and the timing felt strange. Even so, Kayla didn't challenge him. She quickly packed up, started the van, and drove off, now forced to search for another safe spot to rest while running on very little energy. Although the situation didn't escalate beyond that, the encounter felt deeply disturbing. Being approached alone at that hour left her rattled. It was a sharp reminder that road life can shift quickly, and even quiet nights can change without warning. While he appeared to be an actual employee, the late-night approach, unclear reasoning, and unwelcoming demeanor made some viewers question his intentions. Was this simply a routine policy check or something else? For solo travelers, especially women, an unexpected knock can feel threatening when it arrives with no explanation or empathy. Was this just unfortunate timing, or was there a more troubling motive behind it? In van life, the most vulnerable moments are often when the real tension begins. Let's move on to the next encounter. On September 12, 2024, the YouTube channel Stay Haunted uploaded a video that led viewers into one of the United Kingdom's most notorious paranormal areas, Ballboy Forest. Often listed among the top 5 haunted sites in the region, this woodland has been tied for years to claims of poltergeist disturbances, suspected druid rituals, and disappearances no one has been able to explain. For this investigation, the crew ventured out in search of a rumored altar said to be hidden somewhere deep within the twisting, heavily wooded landscape. But shortly after entering the forest, the outing started to unravel.
No, I think we need to get up.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Right, which way we're going? Back the way?
Back away so we know which way.
Right, back in the forest again. My light's having a meltdown. I don't understand why it's flashing like that. Because it's fully charged. What? Yeah, all the trees are all broken. Oh my god. It's crazy. Yeah, my thing's died. Here. Fully charged light. And it's dead. What the hell, like? Oh, I don't know what this is doing. The torch is dead. Look at this. Fully charged battery, charge of 4 left, and it's dead.
Right. We're here.
Uh-huh.
I want to get to here. So to me it was, we go here, out this tree line,
Yeah.
and then cut across, there's a big path there along the water, and then over to this building.
Okay.
And investigate that building, and then drew it. Oh, there's maybe up behind it somewhere. Like further up the pathway.
Yeah.
But see, originally what I had planned was we came in here and walk along this path here.
Mm-hmm.
So walk right along that, straight to that.
Yeah.
But me and you
Are we in?
walked in here and
Oh my
fucking
God.
yeah, walked right in that middle of the forest.
Jesus. That's crazy.
So we need to find that.
Their gear began acting up almost instantly. Flashlights with full batteries flickered unpredictably or shut off without warning. The group's sense of direction vanished. Paths marked clearly on their maps simply weren't there. Landmarks such as rivers, dams, and stone structures appeared out of place or unreachable, as if the forest layout had shifted on its own. Still, they continued forward, pushing through fallen limbs and dense brush. A thick sense of disorientation settled over them, as though the farther they walked, the more detached they became from their surroundings. Then the voices began, soft, childlike, impossible to track. Several team members mentioned hearing what resembled children calling or whispering from within the darkness. The atmosphere tightened. Even the most experienced members showed growing discomfort.
The little girl likes you.
The little girl! Have you heard children's voices?
Right here, hear that?
Yep, I heard it.
Hello?
Right, everybody, we have now just went in to do an investigation in the pitch black in Ballyboy Forest. We're now hearing stuff. This is crazy. Oh my god, he's seen something moving. There's not many people that can say that they've...
See up there where your torch is?
Yeah.
There's like a shadow or something just walked across and moved.
Shadow?
Yeah, like a shadow figure, like dark figure moved across there. Right where your torch is now.
Yeah, there. So, we're going to do a bit of an investigation because we just didn't want to leave. Because we couldn't find, obviously, the altar and everything. But we've had some crazy stuff happen already, like I tell you that. And even on the way here, mad stuff's been happening. So, let's do this and get spooky.
Set some stuff up.
He's just using the torch here to put the equipment out. Like, look at this here. Like, see when I turn around, as always, if you don't believe us, that's what I'm seeing right now. Oh God. The camera's just like, nope. And cap all over there. There's cap all over there. There's a music box. Oh my God. This is crazy. I'm probably going to have a sit down here.
They spotted quick flashes of movement, shapes slipping behind trees or shadows passing just beyond their beams. At one point, steady, rhythmic sounds, knocking or dragging, echoed through the woods. Each step grew heavier. The ground had turned unstable, filled with deep mud, sudden pools of water, and spots that felt capable of pulling someone under. And then everything shifted. A music box they had placed as part of their equipment suddenly began to play on its own. No one touched it. No breeze hit it. It activated over and over, often right after they asked for a response. Its melody sliced through the darkness like a challenge. What happened next sent the group into full panic. they discovered a set of small, damp children's clothing hanging from a branch, fresh and out of place. No one recalled seeing anything there before. They had already passed that exact tree earlier, and the branch had been bare. Now, the clothing swayed lightly in the night air, waiting to be seen. Fear took over. They called off the investigation and tried to follow their route back, but nothing aligned anymore. Trails had disappeared. Natural markers were missing. For nearly 2 hours, they wandered, trying to reach the road while questioning every noise, every turn, every assumption. When they finally made it out, the group looked shaken and drained. Back inside the car, the silence was heavy. In the closing segment, the host attempted to recap the night, but even he admitted the situation escalated far beyond what they expected. Ball Boy Forest hadn't chased them out. It didn't need to. It watched, it waited. And somewhere in those twisted woods, the altar remained undiscovered. Or perhaps it discovered them. The mix of environmental interference, failing equipment, distorted direction, shifts in perception, and symbolic elements like the music box and children's clothes suggest something deeper than stories. Whether it's a paranormal force or psychological influence heightened by fear and isolation, the forest seems to distort space, time, and personal awareness. Some viewers believe it may not be a single spirit, but the forest itself responding as a living presence. Did the team truly make it out, or did the forest simply allow their exit? And if the altar stayed hidden, was it because it isn't real, or because it doesn't reveal itself to just anyone? Share your thoughts below. Up next, another encounter that may change how you think about the woods forever. This next disturbing entry revisits one of the region's most notorious supernatural locations, known locally as the Haunted Lake. Unlike earlier trips, the host ventured into the woods alone this time, accompanied only by his dog, Kia. What followed was a night filled with growing tension, strange activity, and an encounter with something that defied any clear explanation. Before beginning the hike, the host mentions an online review written by a previous visitor. The post claimed that an unknown figure chased them out of the woods, an account he initially doubts, uncertain whether it was genuine or a prank.
I'm back. I'm alone. The only thing I got with me is my dog child. We're gonna go camp out over at the Haunted Lake there. That's a place where a lot of paranormal stuff goes down. Now, Angelo found a review of some guy. I don't know if this guy was trolling or not, but after our first time coming here, we found a review stating that some guy came and was chased out by someone lurking in the forest here. I have no idea if that's real. Kind of seems weird and odd to me, but it's a legit review. Someone wrote that. I mean, if there is people out here or somebody trying to scare people out, then we're kind of stakey. Anyways, we made it. I've been driving for about 10 to 12 minutes down this dirt path, and we finally just pulled up. I'm maybe like a 10-minute drive up the road from Haunted Lake. I'm completely by myself. No other human is with me. Angelo, in fact, I'm pretty sure he's back in Ontario as of right now, as I'm speaking legit. And yeah, it's just me and Kia. So we're gonna take on the spot alone. I mean, I'm gonna drive up there right now, but the weird thing is we know that there is something lurking up in here. I don't know if it's a person, but I do remember when I came with Angelo, we went up to where the Haunted Lake is located, where the actual haunted stuff goes down. We were just checking it out, but I remember coming back to the campsite and our camp was ransacked. It was looted. Nothing was really taken, like nothing important, but somebody ransacked it. So that's kind of nerve-wracking. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. It's Kia's first time here, so what I'm gonna do is drive up to the site, set up the tent, have a little cookout, and yeah, take on the night, because man, it's gonna be another one of those nights, guys, where we don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Kia, you ready? We'll go for an adventure. Let's go. We gotta go up. What's up, baby? What's going on? No, we're not walking that way. That's the way back. We gotta go this way.
Still, the unsettling details linger in his thoughts as he sets off. After driving along a rough dirt path for more than 10 minutes, he reaches the lake area and notes that he's completely isolated, far from assistance. Knowing the site's unsettling history, including a prior visit where his camp was mysteriously torn apart, he keeps his guard up while pitching his tent and preparing for the evening. From the start, something about the forest feels wrong. The air is unnaturally motionless. No animal noises, no insects, just absolute stillness. Even Kia, who usually reacts to nearby wildlife or people, stays unusually calm. Her focused, quiet posture is the first sign that something may be close. While gathering firewood and prepping a simple meal, he begins hearing odd sounds coming from deeper in the woods.
Okay, so I've been hearing something down there. It's coming from that way now. At first, I thought I heard like a Bigfoot thing down there, but there's something coming from down there. Watch out there, Kiki. We're not going down that way. It's kind of sketch because I don't want her going down there. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let you go. Oh, shit. Oh. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Just like that. Okay. Hello?
At first, they seem random, as if they could be wildlife. But over time, clear patterns form. Whistling cuts through the silence, steady and deliberate, as though someone is creating a structured rhythm. It feels more like signaling than any natural call. The tension escalates. The whistles soon give way to booming claps and a long, unsettling screech that stops him in place. He starts to wonder whether the source is spiritual in nature or connected to something else, something from folklore. Additional noises follow, including a vocalization often linked to Bigfoot reports. It's low, forceful, and uncomfortably close.
Thought I just heard a whistle from behind the camera. It's coming from a haunted lake. The lake is that way. Hello? Oh! What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Holy shit! That was a Bigfoot. Okay, back. No. Come, sit. I kid you not, that was a freaking Bigfoot call. Holy shit. That's not happening. No, that's not happening. That's not happening at all.
The atmosphere shifts. The fire weakens repeatedly. The air takes on a heavy, draining quality. He describes feeling emotionally and physically depleted, as if something unseen is siphoning his energy. Goosebumps cover him. The sensation of being watched intensifies, like something is lurking just beyond his reach. His flashlight begins to flicker.
Man, I feel... Holy shit. I feel like as soon as I pulled up and got out and started doing things here, like in this campsite, my energy started being pulled and drained. As of right now, I feel like something spiritual is it's hitting me right now. Like I have goosebumps. I legitimately have goosebumps right now. This is kind of bad. Yeah, you can see the goosebumps on me. Shit, man. Yeah, I have goosebumps, man. Feels like something is doing this to me. I don't know why, but it's trying to get my attention. Wow, sitting here, there's so much spiritual energy coming. So yeah, I could have heard a Bigfoot somewhere, but also right now, there's a lot of spiritual, like passed on people, probably somebody who used the land however hundreds of years ago. Man, I feel like my brain's just sideways right now. Oh, I don't know what this is.
Making the moment even more unnerving. The sounds return, snapping branches, faint whisper-like tones, and the same whistle, now noticeably closer. Despite the mounting fear, he steps out into the darkness with only a saw in hand. His nerves are stretched thin. The flashlight barely functions. In the dim edges of the beam, something large moves with purpose, always staying just out of direct view. Then a final shrill call erupts through the trees, sharp, unnatural, and unmistakably near. Whatever produced the sound appears to retreat afterward, but the psychological impact is already severe. Shaken, the host cuts the investigation short. His voice trembles as he recounts the encounter. Whether the presence was the same one mentioned in the review, a lingering spirit, or a cryptid tied to the forest, the experience leaves a lasting impression. Rather than relying on jump scares or staged effects, what stands out is the emotional intensity. The feeling of being tracked, watched, and drained by something that refused to reveal itself. The encounter blends traits often associated with both supernatural phenomena and cryptid legends. The mimicry, the patterns in the sounds, and the environmental disturbances point toward an intelligent force, possibly connected to the land. Whether paranormal, interdimensional, or biological, its behavior is consistent with reports from other high strangeness locations. Was this the same entity referenced in that online review, or did he cross paths with something older, something that had been observing long before anyone ever camped here? Whatever the answer, it didn't need to appear physically to be terrifying. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and prepare yourself for what comes next. This next segment comes from a small, nearly anonymous YouTube channel called Captain Oho, a mysterious account with just one upload. But that single video stands out as one of the more unnerving solo camping encounters caught on camera. The recording took place on August 31st, 2023, during a solo trip to Lost Lake in Oregon. At the time, a major wildfire was burning roughly 12 miles to the west. Though he hesitated because of the conditions, the uploader continued with the trip, noting it had been planned for a full year. The objective was straightforward: hike into the forest, camp near the lake, and do some fishing. At first, everything appeared fairly normal. The air quality wasn't ideal, but it was tolerable. Feeling confident, he continued toward the lake. Several hours later, however, the wind shifted. Smoke from the wildfire swept in quickly, covering the area in a dense, suffocating haze. By the time he reached Lost Lake, visibility had plummeted. The scenery, usually calm and scenic, looked almost post-disaster.
So this is a trip. We're in Lost Lake, Oregon. We're out here with the ultralight, and you can't see 150 feet out there on the lake. This is all wildfire up here right now. We're out here trying to catch trout, but look at that. We came up and boom, we drove right into this mess. So we're gonna try to catch us some trout. We're gonna go from there. It really is the end of the world. Just over here, look at that clearing out. Unbelievable. You can see this combination of smoke and moisture, but it is unreal up here. Some apocalyptic conditions. This is the most photographed lake in Oregon, maybe in the United States. And it is absolutely gorgeous out here when it is not the end of the world. So just unreal. I'm sure this will be something that you can quite hope. Wildfire, you know? Let's go get cigarettes. Really.
Thick smoke hovered over the water, and breathing became difficult. Despite the ominous conditions, he tried to fish, but soon realized the situation wasn't safe. He gave up on the idea and moved back into the woods, where the smoke seemed slightly thinner. That's when things took an unexpected turn.
Fun fact, a year ago I came out here with my wife, and she was about to pop pregnant, and we had to stop probably a quarter of the mile back. And I'd say this is our time to head back too, because whatever large creature is back there, it's big. Let's take a look. Shh. It's probably f***ing Sasquatch at this point.
He noticed something large moving in the distance. At first, he assumed it was a deer or bear, likely displaced by the fire. But the longer he watched, the less certain he became. The figure didn't move like a typical forest animal, and then it began throwing objects.
This is Sasquatch country. Oh my god. Wonderful poles and rock. We are back. Really? The one thing that is consistently reported with Sasquatch, rock throwing. Hear that? Big rocks. Those are big rocks, dude. Dude, they're lobbing rocks at me. Big rocks. Hear that? It's hitting the tree. We're in Sasquatch country. This is not fake either, bro. They're big rocks being thrown at us right now. Huge, dude. Holy. It's moving. Let's get too close, bro. We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving, baby. I do not want to die out here. Chunky rocks, dude. Dude, those are huge rocks. Huge. That is like no joke rocks. I don't have my gun out here. Do not want to film my demise either. Let's cook it. We gotta cook it. Jesus Christ, dude. What was that?
What started as distant rustling quickly escalated into the sound of large rocks smashing into nearby trees. Not pebbles, but heavy, forceful impacts, strong enough to convince him that something powerful was close.
Let's get too close, bro. We gotta keep it moving. We gotta keep it moving, baby.
Panic set in as he pointed out the size of the rocks and how near they were landing. Fearing for his safety and without any means of defense, he turned around and retreated at a rapid pace, pushing through the smoke-filled forest with pure adrenaline. Eventually, he made it back to his car. When the door finally shut behind him, the feeling was one of complete relief. Later, still shaken by the encounter, he posted the footage online. The comments quickly filled with theories. Some viewers believed he had encountered a Sasquatch, referring to the rock throwing as a common detail in reported Bigfoot sightings. Others remained skeptical and questioned whether the events were genuine. Given the remote setting, the lack of human presence, and the disorienting conditions caused by the wildfire, it's possible a large animal, confused or stressed, could behave strangely. However, the size and accuracy of the thrown rocks point to something with substantial strength and intention. For cryptid believers, the incident aligns with several features tied to Bigfoot encounters: rock throwing, remote forest territory, and interactions with lone campers. So what actually happened out there? Was it a close call with one of the Pacific Northwest's most famous legends? Or simply a frightening misunderstanding heightened by fear and heavy smoke? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This next entry comes from the YouTube channel Small Plots, where Kevin documents his unconventional camping adventures. From stealth hammock setups hidden in plain sight to fully outfitted base camps in unexpected places, his videos combine entertainment, useful tips, and genuine transparency. He doesn't sugarcoat the challenges of outdoor life, and this particular night was one he wouldn't soon forget. On November 2nd, 2023, Kevin headed out for another overnight trip. His chosen location was highly unusual: the overgrown grounds of an abandoned hotel on the edge of a city neighborhood. To avoid drawing attention, he parked in a busier, safer area nearby. With all his gear in tow, he walked toward the secluded property, a mix of anticipation and nerves guiding his steps. Beneath his curiosity, a sense of caution followed him. The surrounding area wasn't exactly known for being friendly.
Okay, I'm getting close to where I want to jump in to the forest, kind of near those what are they, storage tanks of some kind of petroleum product. I haven't seen a soul back here, so I'm just gonna go. Hey, buddy. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh yeah. There's definitely some slip marks here. They are probably from deer, though. It's tough to tell. Isn't like a super used. Ooh, like it's overly used trail, quote unquote. Okay, well.
As he passed a set of old industrial tanks and approached the wooded border of the hotel lot, he spotted faint tracks. Maybe deer, though not completely convincing. The hotel had sat closed for years and was known for occasional security patrols, but Kevin hoped that camping near the perimeter, rather than in the structure itself, would help him go unnoticed. Even so, he remained discreet. Eventually, he found a protected clearing and set up camp. After pitching his tent, organizing his gear, and settling in with a drink, he enjoyed the quiet as rain began to fall. The steady tapping of raindrops on the tent created a soothing atmosphere, but the calm didn't last.
Let's do a little tour of the tent, eh? As you can see, here's my sleeping pad. Not in its final configuration. As you can see, it's up on some rocks and stuff there, so I'll turn it diagonally. And then behind me is just endless darkness. As you can see, that's where my pack and stuff is. Rain's really starting to pick up. Just kind of hanging out, enjoying my space kitty. It's got to be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. And they're like, oh God! Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes, I couldn't see anything.
Later that evening, Kevin was jolted by the sudden sound of something moving past his tent. Fast, heavy, and incredibly close. Too close. He tensed up immediately, unsure whether it was an animal or something far more unsettling. The movement didn't come with the typical crashing through brush that a deer would make. Whatever it was moved quickly, but with control.
I don't see any eyes looking back. I don't think. Wait, I just thought I did. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Between the eerie alarm happening over at the airport, and whatever it was that just ran past me about 3-4 feet in front of me. I think it's safe to say I'm a little bit on edge. I'm just sitting here, letting my eyes get used to the darkness, scanning. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the quote-unquote horizon.
Trying to manage his nerves, Kevin grabbed his flashlight and stepped outside. Rain continued to pour as he scanned the darkness. He saw nothing. No movement, no glowing eyes, no signs of activity. Still, the uneasy feeling clung to him. The reputation of that part of town made the idea of a stranger slipping by his tent particularly unnerving. He stayed alert, listening for any additional noises, but the wooded area remained silent. Despite the tension, he made the choice not to leave. Walking back through unfamiliar urban streets in the middle of the night didn't feel any safer, so he stayed in place, hoping the rest of the night would pass quietly. It didn't. Every rustle, every twig snapping beneath the rain-soaked branches felt amplified. Sleep was nearly impossible. Only when the first daylight started to break through the clouds did Kevin finally feel a sense of relief, but the mystery remained. What or who had passed only feet from his tent in the darkness? Considering the location, an abandoned commercial property in a city neighborhood known for transient activity, it's entirely possible the presence wasn't an animal at all. It may have been another person cutting through the area, someone living nearby, or even another urban camper. The lack of heavy brush movement supports that idea. Still, the chance of a large animal can't be completely dismissed. So what do you think moved through the shadows just outside his tent? Was it simply an animal trying to escape the rain? Or something else altogether? A person slipping through the trees? Or something far more disturbing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And with that, let's move on to the next story. This final story focuses on a familiar YouTuber, Mark Wilkins, the creator behind Northeast Georgia Kayak Fishing. For more than 6 years, his channel had been a peaceful escape, inviting viewers to join him as he paddled through quiet lakes and rivers, appreciating the slower pace of kayak fishing. For Mark, it was never just about catching fish. It was a way to reconnect with nature and briefly step away from everyday pressure. But on December 13th, 2024, what began as a serene outing on the water turned into something profoundly unsettling, an experience he would carry with him long after. That morning, a cold haze hovered over Lake Emery, especially along the narrow channel connected to the Little Tennessee River. The surface was calm and wrapped in fog, broken only by the subtle sound of water tapping against the kayaks. Mark had invited his longtime friend John to join him. With gear loaded and cameras running, they launched onto the lake expecting another peaceful day. The area was familiar to both of them, which made the beginning of the trip feel easy and comfortable. For hours, they moved through twisting sections of the river, casting lines, catching up, and savoring the quiet. Then everything shifted. While gliding through a secluded portion of the lake, they spotted something floating near the shoreline.
A human being?
Copy that.
Say again?
Copy. I think we got a dead body here. Yep, we do. A dead body. Oh my god, a dead body. I found a dead body. Oh my god, a dead body. I gotta call the police. It's right there. God, a dead body. Call 911. I don't want to sit here and poke at it and shit. 911. I am fishing on Lake Emery and I have come across a dead body. I am put in at the boat ramp and I was going down towards the discharge, the water station discharge, and I'm kind of in between the discharge and the boat ramp, heading down towards the dam. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. I mean, it could, I mean, it looks like a dead body. I mean, there's a hand sticking up. There's a rotted face. I don't know if it's some kind of stupid Halloween spooky thing, but I'm not touching it. So, my name is Mark Wilkins. It looks like it's been here for him. Yes, sir. John, go up there and look at that and tell me what you think. Yeah. No, I'm in my boat. Oh my God, dear Lord, please rest that person's soul. I mean, I saw that hand sticking up and I was just like, is that some kind of Halloween, like, spooky yard thing that ended up in here? Because it is small. But I looked at the face, dude. It's definitely a person. Hey, and there's shoes at the boat ramp, dude. There's just a pair of, like, little Crocs, not like a girl-sized Crocs just sitting there at the boat ramp. Weird.
What's the report of a girl missing?
Yeah, it was like a young, it's hard to tell by that face. It was like a young girl. But there's no way that would decay in that fast. I mean, I don't know how long they said she was missing in that little thing, but...
This looks like it's been there a minute.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. I'll call you if I need anything.
Okay. All right. Hey, don't forget to check that boat ramp, dude. Those little pairs of shoes. That's...
We got somebody...
Oh, that's creepy as hell, dude.
At first, it wasn't clear what it was, but moments later, they realized it wasn't debris at all. It was a body. The calm atmosphere shattered instantly. Shocked and distressed, Mark called emergency services. He described what he could see: a hand visible above the waterline and a face that appeared severely decomposed. At first, he wondered if it might be a prank or a discarded prop, but a closer look confirmed it was real. As they waited for authorities, Mark and John stayed near the area. They also remembered noticing a pair of small shoes, women's Crocs, left by the boat ramp earlier that morning. Now, that detail felt chilling. Law enforcement soon arrived and secured the scene. The body was confirmed to be a young girl. Her identity, the circumstances surrounding her death, and how she ended up in that isolated channel all remained unknown at the time. The shoes found earlier were believed to be hers, though no one could determine how long they had been sitting there. Mark eventually uploaded the footage from the trip to his channel. What was meant to be a simple day of fishing had become something far more grave. Comments poured in from viewers, expressing sympathy for the girl and applauding Mark and John for staying calm and doing the right thing. In the weeks that followed, Mark struggled to return to the water. The lake that had once brought him peace now carried the weight of what he had seen. Though he continued to film, longtime subscribers noticed a subtle shift in his demeanor, a heaviness in his voice, and overall tone. Details about the case remained sparse. Some viewers suggested the girl might have slipped and drowned, or that she had gone missing and drifted downstream. Others speculated whether the shoes were left intentionally, perhaps as a sign of distress, or placed there later. Without official updates, speculation ranged from tragic accident to possible foul play. Was this simply a heartbreaking tragedy in an otherwise calm setting, or do the remote location and unsettling clues, like the abandoned shoes, point towards something more disturbing? The truth of what happened that day on Lake Emery may never be fully understood. That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.